Miss Asunción, thank you so
Sí.
much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for watching The View and keeping me employed by your support of our show. And I'm just thrilled to be here. And thank you for calling me Asunción. My grandmother would be very happy. She hated that people called me Sunny. My family does not call me Sunny. Everybody calls me Asunción. My husband was born in Spain, and his name's Emmanuel, so he calls me Asunción.
Yeah.
También.
So I've been somebody who struggled with my name. My name is spelled with an X.
I saw that.
Yes.
So I wasn't sure how to pronounce it, but it's just Xorje.
It's just Xorje.
Yeah.
And so my dad, early on when I've had a conversation with my dad about my name, he said, because my dad's name is Juan, my mom's name is Maria. And so they said, we wanted names that were not as stereotypical for our kids.
Yes.
And so my name is Xorje with an X.
Yes.
And my sister's name is Diony, short for Dionisia.
Yes.
And he said it was either going to be Xorje with an X or Cesar with a Z, because you kind of
mix it up a little bit.
You got to mix it up a bit, and you kind of got to be in someone's face with your name and with the background that you have. And I love that Asunción is one of those names that comes from generations past, but really hits you with the authenticity of
You know that I'm a
background.
Latina.
Yes.
No, it's true. And that's why I think my grandmother was so upset that my sort of stage name was Sunny. And in a sense, I actually just did an interview with Hispanic Living. I was on the cover for Hispanic Heritage Month. And in retrospect, I would never have allowed it to be changed to Sunny in retrospect. And I did it on a whim during an appearance at Court TV at sort of Nancy Grace's insistence, because she couldn't pronounce it. And she said, well, do you have a nickname? And I said, yeah, people call me Sunny. And she said, oh, change her Chiron to Sunny. Asunción, nobody can pronounce it. They can't remember it. And it changed. And I will say, once it changed, people immediately remembered me.
Yeah.
And I kind of went with it. And my good friend Ana Navarro didn't even know I was a Latina, and until she heard me speaking Spanish in my dressing room. And she's like, it really is Asunción. I said, yes. And I named my daughter Paloma and my son Gabriel because I wanted them to have a connection, to Puerto Rico and also, of course, to the language. But I think now I understand as I'm older that connection to the language, to Puerto Rico, to Spain, which is where my husband is from, is really, really important. And I didn't understand it as much before.
I think for me, it's been about, one, how to pronounce my name.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would get upset, especially and I'm sure you know this, about broadcasting and being in TV or radio, about like you have to anglicize certain words, words that we're so used to saying with an accent.
I get it all the time.
And it's been very difficult where they said, well, why do you say taco the way you say, because I say taco, I say tortilla, jalapeño, things that come so naturally to us as Latinos or Latinx people. I can imagine the difficulty of trying to tone that down because somebody just can't say the name right or can't just wrap their head around what Latinidad means in our perspective. Perspective.
It's funny. I get that on The View. We just finished Hispanic Heritage Month. And when we're doing our read, if someone has a Spanish name, I pronounce it in the way that it's supposed to be pronounced. I was actually interviewing Justice Sotomayor, and that's how you pronounce it.
That's how you say it.
That's how you say it. And I got a lot of tweets, and sometimes I'll retweet it just to sort of bring awareness to that. And they'll say, is she Spanish today? And I'm like, listen, I'm Latina every day. And I'm Black every day as well. I don't choose. Why should I have to? And it's just fascinating to me that there is this ignorance that still exists culturally in this country about that. But I myself have to own the fact that I gave in that day on Court TV. And I should have insisted that, no, my name is Asunción. And I just remember that I just said, okay, sure. You can do it. And Nancy and I are friends, and we've talked about it since. And I just felt like, well, she knows television. What's the big deal? But it was a big deal. But now I know better,